Have you ever felt betrayed by someone you looked up to? Or have you ever had the chance to get back at someone who wronged you, but chose a different path? Today we're diving into one of history's most compelling stories of jealousy, power, and mercy. The dramatic relationship between King Saul and the young shepherd, David. This isn't just an ancient tale. It's a profound look at human nature that still echoes in our lives today. Imagine this: Saul, the first king of Israel, a man chosen by God, tall and impressive. He had it all, but beneath the crown, a seed of insecurity began to grow. His downfall started with small acts of disobedience, a little pride here, a little impatience there. He started to believe his own judgment was better than God's. It was a slow fade, a gradual turning away from the source of his strength, and it opened the door for fear and paranoia to take root in his heart. Then, onto the scene comes David, a young, humble shepherd boy, seemingly insignificant. But when the giant Goliath threatened the entire nation, David, armed with nothing but a sling and unwavering faith, did the impossible. He defeated the giant, and overnight he became a national hero. The crowds sang, "Saul has slain his thousands, and David his tens of thousands." To you and me, that sounds like a celebration. But to King Saul's ears, it was the sound of a threat. The green-eyed monster of jealousy had found its home in the king's heart. This is where the story takes a dark turn. The king who should have mentored and celebrated this young hero became his greatest enemy. Saul's admiration twisted into a dangerous obsession. He hunted David relentlessly, consumed by the fear that this young man would take his throne. Imagine being David, forced to flee the very person you served faithfully, living in caves and hiding in the wilderness, constantly looking over your shoulder. It was a life of a fugitive, all because of one man's spiraling jealousy. But here's what makes this story so powerful. Twice, David had the perfect opportunity to end his suffering. Twice, he found King Saul in a vulnerable position, completely at his mercy. His men urged him, "This is your chance. God has delivered your enemy into your hand." It was the perfect setup for revenge. He could have ended the chase, claimed the throne, and justified it completely. But David refused. He chose grace over grievance. He secretly cut a corner of Saul's robe once, and took his spear and water jug another time, just to prove he had been there, and that he had spared the king's life. David understood a profound truth: vengeance wasn't his to take. He respected the position of the king, even when the man in that position had become corrupt and cruel. David's response wasn't weakness. It was incredible strength. It was the strength of character, of faith, and of a heart that trusted in a bigger plan. He chose to honor God rather than give in to his own desire for justice. Saul's story ends in tragedy, a bitter consequence of his fear and disobedience. But David's story, forged in the fires of betrayal and tested by the choice of mercy, led him to become one of the greatest kings in history. This incredible saga teaches us so much. It's a reminder that jealousy and fear can poison even the greatest potential, while mercy and integrity are the true hallmarks of a leader. David's choice to show grace didn't just save Saul's life in that moment, it preserved his own character and destiny. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button so you'll be notified of our next video. We drop new content every single day, exploring timeless stories that speak to our modern lives. Don't forget to subscribe and join our community. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.